In previous active tips, I've shown you how you can take resources and backgrounds off of Promethean Planet and put them into your resource library and onto your flip chart. But in this active tip, I'm going to show you how to create your own backgrounds. Now the first thing you should know is you can use any image you want, but it's best to find an image that's the biggest size possible. 1024 by 768 in size. That's typically the size that a flip chart background should be. Now you can use other things and stretch them if they're smaller, but it's going to start to pixelate and not look quite as good. Now on this page we have all the steps written out so you can check them out, and if you can't see them right now you can either pause it or just go to Promethean Planet in the forums and download this flip chart. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear the page and I'm going to walk you through step by step. So what we're going to do first off is we're going to right click, or we're going to control click and go to set background. And I want to pick an image, so I'm going to click right here. And I'm going to click on browse to browse the image that I want to find. Now I already have it set to pick out the my section of the resources. And I already have the image saved here in my images as Wild Poppies JPEG. I'm going to click on Open. Now I can choose how I want it to be set. Do I want it to be tiled? Do I want it to be a best fit? Do I want it to be centered? Do I want it to stretch? There's all these different options. What I'm going to pick is best fit. And I'm going to click on OK. And there we go. I have it set as my background. You notice if I click and try and move it around, it doesn't go anywhere. Sometimes you might find a background like this. It's really nice, but it's a little too colorful and difficult to read the text if I write on it. So if I were to go ahead and type something right here, always fun to type something when you say something, it's pretty good, but it can be tough depending on where I put it to see it. So what I might want to do is make a frame around it so I can actually read things off better in the middle. And you've seen a lot of backgrounds on Promethean Planet in the resource packs have this kind of cool looking frame, and you might want to know how you create something like this. So what I'm going to do is go to the Shapes tool, and I'm just going to get a rectangle. I'm going to pull this rectangle out to just about the size that I want this frame to be. And then I'm going to go ahead and change the color of the rectangle using the paint bucket to make it white. And then I'm going to click on it. And then up here at the top on the object bar, I'm going to change the translucency to make it a little more see-through. And I can play around with this. I can make it really see-through, can make it not so see-through. But I think right around there looks pretty good. Now the problem is this is going to move when I move it around. So I'm going to go back one step. And what I'm going to do is control click or right click it, and we're going to go to locked. So now it can't be moved. And then if I go over here to my property browser, I can take this shape and move it to my background layer. So now it's officially part of the background. It's not going to go anywhere. And now I got a really cool looking frame to go on my background. And now when I type something or anything, see how I changed it up here? Didn't spell it right, but I typed anything. You can see it's much easier to see than if I didn't have this frame. Now finally, if I want to add this to my resource library, again, if I just control or right click on the page, I can go over here to add to resource library. I can add the page, I can add the background, but I don't have a grid to add, but I can add this as a page or add it as a background, and it'll go into my resources in the resource library. So hopefully this will help you give lots of ideas for creating new beautiful flip charts and very cool new backgrounds that your students are going to love. And when you're done creating those, please come back to Promethean Planet, post them up so we can all check them out. Enjoy.